Howdy folks, this is Manic Mark coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Villa, found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And we're here today in the nice freezing cold studio to bring you a new painting and a new record and 2 new songs. And why am I doing the presentation this way? Well, it just struck me that I should do it this way. I don't know. The process of figuring out these records, it's very interesting. Elvis, We Still Love You. Listen to the LP. I'll record it. Let's put some paint on here. Whoop, that was too much. Just wipe that water off right with your hands. Just wipe it off. Because you never know what will become of your mistakes. And I'm serious about that. Mistakes work for you. So anyway, I didn't know what to expect from this LP when I bought it. But it looked like, from the back cover, were all these people singing that weren't professional singing songs about Elvis. Well, that wasn't the case. What the case is that these are people that wrote songs, apparently fans of Elvis that wrote songs. And here's Elvis as I put him in. This is the young Elvis, but I'm going to put him in an old Elvis costume. Because, why? Because rhinestones, baby. I'll put rhinestones on it. I came up with this idea that this was a contest, okay? Somebody came up with a contest and said, write a song about Elvis. Royal Master was the company that produced these LPs for a company called Jack of Diamonds Country Creations, okay? The first songs, and you asked me why I put the collars down that I put down. I really don't have any idea. So I'm listening to the LP, the first side. The first six songs were just not, I'm like, oh man, what am I? I spent a lot of money for me on this LP, but I get to song 7, and it's sung by Matt Vincent, who no photograph of Elvis to be found anywhere on this LP. Okay. So I'm beginning to realize that this is an exploitation LP made by this Jack of Diamonds Country Creation. My Royal Master record, Elvis, We Still Love You, Even Though You're Pretty Much Dead contest. The winners are Kenneth Leon. And there, I'll put his face on the screen. There's Kenneth Leon Brandt Sr., who wrote In Memory of Elvis, sung by Matt Vincent.
Elvis made peace with the Lord, for he knew he was on his way. He's gone now to heaven, where you'll have peace at last. God will keep his promise to him, come what may. Yes, Elvis is in the promised land, where no more trouble will come. Elvis is gone to heaven, oh, but not his songs. They'll be in our hearts as we have our sing-along. They'll tear at us in their powerful way, 'cause in a song Elvis was an artist who knew what to say. His troubled life was told to us in a song. He knew in his life he had done things that were wrong, but he could sing to us in a way that made us happy and strong. And he'll live forever and be with us forever in his songs. He was rock and roll, the rock and roll king in his own way. Now he's in heaven forever to stay. Perhaps when we get to the promised land, he will say, I'll sing to you again, as I did on those other days. So this song is in memory of Elvis. God bless you, Elvis. You'll always be with us in song and memories. Yes, we love you.
You know, they exploited Elvis's death for profit. And so I'm thinking, wow, it's probably a pretty rare bird. The LP's probably a pretty rare bird. But then I find online that this is the third one. This is the second in a series of three, second LP in a series of three, based on the same concepts. Some kind of landscape. What is this? Is this like Elvis's where he is in heaven? I mean, why did they pick like horrible stock art like this? I don't know, to illustrate it. I have no idea. So they've exploited Elvis. They can't use his image because that costs money. And he had a tape recording of Elvis singing somewhere, a live recording of him singing live at a concert. And he had backup singers singing with him, and he was doing this song, and one of the backup singers, you could tell she was like starting to get out of tune, and she started singing louder and louder, and he started laughing. He just kind of stopped in the middle of his song, and she was just like horribly out of tune, and he just cracks up and he starts laughing, and he tells her, he goes, "Sing it, baby, sing it." And she gets louder and louder and more horrible. It was the funniest thing I've ever. And Jack Townsend, who wrote, there's this photograph on the screen. Jack wrote From Tupelo to Fame, also sung by Matt Vincent. And in my contest, the only reason why they are winners is because Matt Vincent was chosen to sing
From Tupelo, Mississippi to Memphis, Tennessee, there came this boy from the country to the big city. It wasn't long before he recorded a song that started him on his way to fame, and everyone soon learned that Elvis was his name. With his flashy suits and Cadillacs and great big diamond rings, with a toss of his head, a wiggle of his hips, he couldn't make them scream. From New York to Las Vegas, he was always on the tour, singing rock and roll songs, had them girls screaming everywhere. Yes, everywhere he went, and every song he sang, people would drive 100 miles to see him do his thing. Oh, the girls would scream and yell, and some would even faint, because to them no other, oh yes, Elvis was a saint. Well, then one day in Memphis, his world came to an end, and everyone was shocked to learn that they lost a good friend. He's now with his mom and his brother in that home far up above. But on this earth there still is for him a world of love. Here from Tupelo, Mississippi to Memphis, Tennessee, there came one day as a country boy to the great big city. Oh, no one will ever forget the man who came into fame. From a poor little country boy, Elvis Presley was his name. Elvis was still king.
Elvis shedding a tear for his fans being exploited. I gotta put the rhinestones on it. I like things that sparkle.